The canvas flared, but my heart painted. It was August 2024, 10 months ago, and I was 24. A painter splashing colors in Miami's neon-charged South Beach. My brushes a shield against a past that had smudged my trust. My name's Ezra, and Miami was my palette. Its ocean waves and vibrant nights a rebellion against the Fort Lauderdale suburb where I'd hidden my queerness until I came out at 17 in 2017. A controlling ex had left me faded, his lies in 2022. Still staining my heart, so I'd sworn off love, pouring my soul into my art strokes. Hues, Miami's pulse. But that night, South Beach had other plans. Ones that blended my heart into a new masterpiece. The Neon Art Fest was a blaze of creation. A storm of light pink neons flashing art, yellow strobes swirling lo-fi, hip-hop, and reggaeton thumping. Festival goers buzzing in paint-splattered tees and LED bracelets. My booth brush vibe was alive. My easel glowing, my curly black hair tied back with a bandana, my fingers dancing with a brush as I painted a mural. I was mid-stroke, the crowd oohing, when a guy adjusting a spotlight knocked over my paint cans. Crimson and turquoise spilling across my canvas, ruining my piece. The crowd gasped, my art a mess, and I snapped, "Yo, watch the setup." He turned Nico, maybe 26, his chestnut hair messy, a loose linen shirt glowing, his hazel eyes wide, flustered, like a spark in the neon chaos. I wanted to wipe it clean. Fort Lauderdale's scars, yelling "keep your canvas tight," but his eyes caught me, warm under the neon, my heart blending like wet paint. "My fault," he said, scrambling to grab a rag, his voice smooth. A Miami lilt cutting through the murmurs, his fingers brushing mine on the canvas, a jolt igniting my skin. I salvaged my paints, the easel steady, and Nico leaned in, his Cohen lavender. Cedar mixing with the festival's salty air. "I'm Nico," he said, wiping his hands. His grin, shy but electric. "Art curator. Saw your work on Xvid?" My cheeks burned, Fort Lauderdale's walls trembling. But his charm felt too much like my ex's promises. Too risky to blend. My ex had been a gallerist. All flair until he controlled me in 2022. Leaving me to paint alone in Fort Lauderdale's dim studios. My trust smudged. I dipped my brush, but Nico lingered, his eyes tracing mine, like he saw the color beneath my bandana. "Let me make it up," he said, offering to hang my next piece, the crowd cheering as I painted. The neon pulsed, South Beach's energy, urging me to stroke, but I deflected. "I'm fine," I said, voice sharp, cleaning my brush. Nico's laugh bright, warm cut through, his hand grazing my arm, a spark I couldn't erase. "Check my gallery," he said, nodding to his booth, his eyes daring. "Or, you too stuck in your palette." I wanted to stay at my easel, but Nico's grin pulled me to his booth. The neon flaring pink-yellow, gold-ass reggaeton thumped louder. His gallery setup was sleek curated prints, vibrant sculptures, his ex-posts trending with art critiques, the crowd buzzing. My pulse raced, Fort Lauderdale's ghosts fading, Miami's heat urging me to paint. But mid-curation, a scaffold wobbled, Nico stumbling toward a sharp frame. I lunged, pulling him back, steadying his waist, our eyes locking, his breath hot against my cheek. "Nice save," he gasped, his grin electric, his hair brushing my jaw. My heart surged, but doubt clung. Was he real, or just another South Beach curator, ready to ghost like my ex? I pulled back, the neon blurring as I retreated to my booth, South Beach's rhythm syncing with my fear. "Thanks for the catch," Nico called, following me, his shirt open, his eyes softer now, less curator, more real. "Stay," he said, voice low, a plea in his Miami lilt. The festival buzzed, neon glowing brighter, ocean waves crashing nearby, and I knew this wasn't just a spilled paint can. This was Miami, brushing me into a hue I wasn't ready for, but couldn't wash away. The festival plaza was a neon canvas, gold lights pulsing art, pink strobes flashing lo-fi hip-hop, driving the crowd wild. Nico dragged me to his curation table, his tablet off, his hands light on my shoulders, urging me to try a new stroke. My pulse hammered, Fort Lauderdale's scars begging me to bail, but Miami's heat salty, electric kept me painting. My bandana loose, Nico's grin pulling me deeper. "Not bad, Brush King," he teased, voice low, his breath sparking a shiver. "Knew you had a vibe," I shot back, steadier than I felt. My painter's calm matching his energy. My ex had framed promises like this, all charm, until he controlled me in 2022, leaving me to sketch, alone in Fort Lauderdale's gray lofts. My heart faded. Nico's touch was different, bold, yet gentle, his eyes searching mine, like he saw the art beyond my brushes. The music slowed, a dreamy lo-fi track, and Nico stepped closer, his chest grazing mine, his colon lavender, cedar intoxicating. "Why are you blending out?" he asked, voice piercing, like he knew my walls. My throat tightened, Fort Lauderdale's pain surging, but Miami's neon urged me to speak. "I don't trust curators," I confessed, voice raw, the crowd fading, just us in the neon glow. Nico's grin softened, his eyes dimming, less flash, more human, his hand still on my arm, warm, grounding. "I'm not that guy," he said, voice firm, his Miami lilt tinged with hurt. "Just a dude who saw your canvas and couldn't walk away." My heart twisted, his words hitting like a perfect stroke, raw, clear, shaking Fort Lauderdale's grip. I thought of my ex's lies, but Nico's gaze was open, unguarded. The neon pulsed, South Beach's energy wrapping us, and I wanted to believe him, but fear held me. My bandana slipping, my pulse a smudged hue. We moved to my booth, neon pink, yellow glinting off my easel. Lo-fi hip-hop a soft hum, the festival's buzz fading. Nico leaned in, voice quieter, less flirty, more real. "I'm a curator," he said. "Chase art, live for the frame, but your paintings they're real, Ezra, like you." His words felt sincere, but a festival goer nearby scoffed, calling Nico South Beach's critic, always curating, never staying. My stomach sank. Fort Lauderdale's scars screaming, "Run, that true?" I asked, voice sharp, my brush still, eyes locked on his. Nico's eyes widened, hurt flashing, but he didn't dodge. "I curate," he said, voice low, "but I don't leave." The neon flared, South Beach's pulse, mocking my doubt, urging me to hear him. I stood, ready to pack my paints, the neon blazing, my sneakers scuffing the plaza, South Beach's rhythm syncing with my fear. Nico grabbed my wrist, gentle, his eyes pleading, raw, unguarded. "Don't erase the canvas," he said, voice cracking, cutting through the festival's hum. "I'm not your ex, Ezra." My heart raced, his touch electric, Miami's heat, urging me to stay, but Fort Lauderdale's voice hissed, "Heal, ghost." "Prove it," I challenged, voice trembling, a desperate hope. Nico's grip steadied, his eyes burning with resolve, the neon glowing brighter. South Beach daring us to paint. I stepped away, the ocean's roar blending with the neon buzz, Nico following, his shirt catching the pink and yellow lights, his eyes fixed on me. The night air was warm, a light breeze off Ocean Drive, South Beach's energy alive, pulsing like a heartbeat. I knew this wasn't just a spilled paint can or a saved stumble. This was us, two sparks riding Miami's neon brush, fighting to blend. Caught in a masterpiece the city was painting, one I wasn't sure I could trust, but couldn't erase. A light breeze swept through Ocean Drive, Miami's neon pink signs, yellow palm streaks shimmering in the festival's afterglow as I walked away in August 2024. My paint cans heavy, my heart heavier. Nico's critic label echoed, too close to my ex's lies. Fort Lauderdale's scars, screaming, "Run, Ezra, wait." Nico called, chasing me, his hair messy, his hazel eyes wild, desperate. "What's wrong?" he asked, voice slicing. Through the breeze, I spun, anger flaring, bandana off. "You're just a critic," I snapped, voice raw, shaking. "I'm not your next exhibit, Nico." The neon flickered, the ocean roaring, Miami's pulse mocking my fear, urging me to listen. Nico's face fell, his grin gone, his eyes raw, wounded, breeze ruffling his hair like tears. "You believe that?" he said, voice low, cracked, heavy with pain. "I'm not your ex, Ezra." He stepped closer, neon painting his face pink and yellow, his hands open, vulnerable. "I curate, yeah, I chase art, but I've been burned, guys. Who wanted my gallery, not me, left me framing alone in 2022. My chest tightened, his story mirroring mine. Fort Lauderdale's betrayal fading under his truth. But doubt lingered, could I trust him? Or was Miami's neon just another sketch? The breeze softened, his eyes pleading, raw, urging me to stay. Nico grabbed my hand, his fingers warm despite the breeze, his grip soft, his eyes blazing with resolve. "You're different," he said, voice steady, a vow carved in Miami's glow. "Your art, your heart tie saw you before I knew you." My breath hitched, his words hitting like a flawless stroke, raw, clear, cracking my walls. I thought of my murals. My soul poured into Miami's pulse, the festival's cheers lifting me. "Why me?" I whispered, voice soft, breeze slowing, neon softening. "Because you're my color," he said, his hand steadying mine, grounding. "Me, I'm done with drafts. Ezra, I want the canvas." The breeze faded, Miami's neon puddles glowing like stars. The ocean's roar a promise overhead, South Beach's skyline faint in the glow. I wanted to trust Nico, to shed Fort Lauderdale's pain, but trust was a stroke I'd smudged before. His hand anchored me, his gaze unwavering, and I felt it a shift, a blend, Miami's energy urging me to paint. "One more stroke," I said, voice low, a test, a hope, bandana loose. Nico's grin returned, Soft, real, and he nodded, pulling me back toward the festival, the neon brighter, my fears dissolving like paint in Miami's heat. We stepped back into the Neon Art Fest, neon pink, yellow embracing us, reggaeton pulsing like a heartbeat, the crowd alive again. Nico's hand stayed in mine, his touch grounding me in the chaos, and I knew this wasn't just a spill. This was us, two scarred souls finding a hue in Miami's neon jungle, daring to paint, to trust, to create, even if it scared us both. South Beach's heat fueling our fight. The festival wasn't just a gallery, it was a masterpiece. Food trucks lined the plaza, their neon signs buzzing, serving tacos and mango smoothies. The air thick with chili and sea salt. Street artists sprayed murals nearby, their cans hissing, pinks and yellows blending into palm tree silhouettes. A group of teens filmed TikToks in front of a glowing art sign, their laughter blending with the reggaeton bassline. My friend Maya, a sculptor with a buzzcat and a rainbow choker, caught my eye, smirking as she carved clay. "Ezra, you're off palette," she teased, nodding at Nico. "He's got you blending." I rolled my eyes, but my grin betrayed me, Nico's hand still in mine, grounding me. Nico's curation booth was a vision, canvases propped on easels, LED strips casting pink and yellow hues, his X posts trending with art critiques. A young artist, Leo, maybe 20, with dreads and a neon vest, ran up, hugging Nico. "You curating him?" he asked, pointing at me, his giggle bright. Nico laughed, ruffling Leo's hair. "Maybe he's painting me," he said, his eyes flicking to mine, soft, real. My heart skipped, Fort Lauderdale's shadows fading, Miami's neon urging me to stay. I dipped my brush, testing a stroke, the crowd cheering as Nico hung a frame. Our rhythm syncing. Back at my booth, the neon flared jello strobes cutting through the pink haze. The crowd denser now, buzzing over my mural. Nico stood close, adjusting a spotlight, his linen shirt catching the glow, his eyes never leaving mine. I thought of Fort Lauderdale, the nights I'd painted in silence, my ex's lies dimming my colors. Nico was different, his presence steady, his laugh a hue that lifted me. "You're killing it," he whispered, leaning in, his breath warm, sparking a shiver. I grinned, my brush dancing on the canvas. Miami's heat urging me to dive deeper. The festival wasn't just art, it was stories. A graffiti artist nearby tagged a wall, his spray paint hissing, pinks and yellows forming a flamingo. A drag queen in a neon gown hyped the crowd, her voice booming, "South Beach, let's paint." My sister Ava, who'd flown in from Fort Lauderdale, watched from the crowd, her rainbow earrings glinting, her thumbs up a quiet cheer. She'd seen me fade after 2022, knew how hard I'd fought to find my palette in Miami. Nico caught her eye, waving, and she mouthed, "He's vibrant," making me laugh mid-stroke, my heart lighter than it had been in years. Nico's past wasn't clean either. Over iced teas at his booth, he shared fragments 2022. A collector who'd promised shows but used him, leaving him curating in Miami's pop-up galleries, his dreams on hold. "I thought I'd lost my spark," he said, voice low, his fingers tracing the rim of his glass. "Then I saw your mural, Ezra, your soul in those strokes." My chest tightened, his honesty a hue that blended, Fort Lauderdale's pain fading further. I shared my own scars, my ex's control. The nights I'd painted alone, doubting I'd ever trust again. Nico listened, his eyes steady, his hand finding mine. A silent vow in the neon glow. The festival pulsed on, the crowd growing wilder. As the night deepened, neon signs brighter against the Miami skyline. A group of dancers spun glow sticks, their moves syncing with the reggaeton beat, while a food truck chef tossed empanadas to cheering fans. Maya joined us, her chisel down, joking, "You two are a masterpiece, Ezra." Leo, Nico's artist friend, visited, showing off a neon sketch he'd drawn, his vest flashing as he grinned. The gallery where Nico worked buzzed with creatives, their projects now including Ustu figures, hands linked, neon hues glowing. South Beach wasn't just a place, it was our canvas, our stroke, our love etched in every brush we shared. We wandered to Ocean Drive, the festival's hum fading, the neon signs reflecting in puddles, the ocean's roar a steady pulse. Nico's hand stayed in mine, his linen shirt brushing my arm, his eyes soft, real. "You're not just a painter," he said, voice low, cutting through the breeze. "You're a hue, Ezroin, I can't stop framing." My heart surged, Fort Lauderdale's scars silent, Miami's heat urging me to believe. I thought of my ex's lies, but Nico's words were different. Trowel, unguarded, a stroke I wanted to paint. "You're not bad yourself," I said, grinning, bandana loose. My pulse syncing with his. The rooftop studio above the festival glowed under Miami's skyline, pink neon towers flashing art. Gold-lit palms swaying, the ocean shimmering. Below like a dark canvas, Nico and I sat close, my paints packed, his tablet tucked away, our iced teas sweating on the table. His hazel eyes locked on mine, no longer flashing, just open, raw, vulnerable, my pulse racing. "You're still here," he said, voice soft, carrying hope, his hair catching neon. I nodded, Fort Lauderdale scars quiet. Miami's heat urging me to dive. Fort Lauderdale had taught me to hide, to paint in dim lofts, alone. My ex's lies in 2022, a scar I carried to Miami. Nico's hand found mine, his fingers tracing my knuckles, his touch a spark lighting the studio, warm, electric. "I've messed up," he admitted, voice raw, cutting through the neon haze. "Chased shows, trusted the wrong guys in 2022, but with you, Ezra, your art, your hard time, real." My breath caught, his words vivid, like a perfect blend, his eyes burning hazel, Miami's skyline pulsing, his truth crashing over me. Nico stood, his silhouette framed by neon, his voice rising raw, a confession under Miami's stars. "I'm falling for you," he said, eyes locked on mine, neon exploding pink yellow, gold, the studio trembling with his truth. The festival pulsed below, oblivious, but my world froze, his words a tide washing Fort Lauderdale's fear, leaving only us. I thought of my ex's lies, but Nico was different, his gaze, his voice, his heart real, and I was falling too. "I'm scared," I whispered, bandana off, voice shaky. But Nico's hands cupped my face, his thumbs brushing my cheeks, warm, steadying. I stood, my gear forgotten. Our eyes locked, tension electric, air thick with Miami's heat. "Me too," he murmured, voice soft. but I want this Ezryu, me, this city, all of it. The neon sang, pink and gold swirling, and we kissed deep wild, the ocean roaring below, skyline bursting, vivid, alive. The crowd cheered downstairs, unaware, but our kiss was ours. Sealing a hue eternal in South Beach's fire, neon wrapping us in a vow we'd fight for. Miami's pulse fueling us. The kiss broke, foreheads touching, neon softening, Miami's warmth a blanket. My paints lay forgotten, Nico's tablet glinting, his critiques of neon art glowing use, our masterpiece, inked in pinks and yellows. We're painting this, he said, voice soft, grin bright, eyes promising more. I nodded. Heart full, Fort Lauderdale's scars fading under Miami's magic, a promise we could keep. This wasn't just a kiss, it was us, two sparks in South Beach's chaos. Burning bright, ready to paint love, one neon night at a time. Now, 10 months later, in June 2025, I stand at Brush Vibe, painting a mural, smiling at the memory. Critiques light up our shared studio, his curation styling Miami's galleries, our love a stroke that's kept blending. My name is Ezra, and this is our story, a gay love sparked in Miami's neon, fighting to shine. Will we outshine South Beach's glow, or stay lost in its vibrant hue? Dawn broke over South Beach that August 2024 morning. Miami's skyline fading as pink sunrise spilled across the ocean. Neon signs dimming as the city stirred. Nico and I walked the boardwalk, hands linked, my paint cans slung over my shoulder, his tablet case tucked under his arm. South Beach had repainted my soul, its neon heart sparking a love I never thought I'd find. Nico's hazel eyes met mine, his shirt loose, smile soft, a vow brighter than the neon that brought us together. We're framing this, he said, voice steady, hand squeezing mine. Miami's dawn sealing our promise, warm, real. Fort Lauderdale was a shadow now. My ex's lies in 2022, a faint smudge, replaced by Nico's warmth, his bold critiques, his heart that saw my soul through the neon haze. We'd built a life here, my murals coloring South Beach's walls, Nico's galleries trending online, our love a hue Miami framed. I thought of that night, the spilled paint, the saved stumble, the rooftop kiss that changed everything. Neon painting us in pinks and yellows. You're my perfect hue, I said, grinning, bandana loose, voice steady, no longer afraid. Nico laughed, pulling me close, lips brushing my forehead. Ocean roaring a chorus of hope, alive, endless. I pictured us, my mind blending colors, Nico's critiques. Miami's skyline, a vivid masterpiece of our love, bold and bright. Nico watched, arm around me, his touch grounding me, the boardwalk alive with joggers, artists, ocean's rhythm syncing with ours. We'd faced challenges, Miami's grind, the world's critiques, our fears, but we were enough, our hues stronger than any. Fade. Let's make it a show, Nico said, grin, bright eyes promising forever, or as close as South Beach could give. Miami's pulse beat in us, a love story inked in neon and dawn. Shining on the boardwalk wasn't just a path, it was a gallery. A street artist sketched a neon mural nearby, her spray cans hissing, pinks and yellows blending into a flamingo silhouette. A rollerblader zipped past, his rainbow socks flashing, shouting, "Keep the vibe, painters." Ava, my sister, joined us, her camera snapping candids. her smile wide. "You're glowing, Ezra," she said, her voice soft, knowing the weight of my Fort Lauderdale days. Nico grinned, tossing her a paintbrush, and she laughed, the moment light, real. Miami's dawn wrapping us in hope. Our studio became our home canvases lining the walls. Nico's tablet glowing with curation notes. Our neon sign, buzzing brush vibe. Maya dropped by, her chisel tapping a beat, joking, "You two are a mural, Ezra." Leo, Nico's artist friend, visited, showing off a neon sketch he'd drawn, his vest flashing as he grinned. The gallery where we worked buzzed with creatives, their projects now including Ustu figures, hands linked, neon hues glowing. South Beach wasn't just a place, it was our canvas, our stroke, our love, etched in every color we shared. My heart glowed. Our story, vivid, two boys, one city, a love that fought and won against the odds. But a question lingered, soft as the dawn breeze. Could any love outlast the world's fades, or was this hue enough? I looked at Nico, hand in mine, a rainbow wristband matching mine, glinting in the sunrise, and knew we'd try, one neon night at a time. South Beach had given us a brush, and we'd painted our story bold, gay, vibrant for Miami's ocean to frame. This wasn't just a love. This was our palette, our spark, our forever alive in Miami's neon shine. If this story set your heart painting, smash like, drop a comment with your Miami love story, and subscribe for more gay love stories.